A decade after its release, The Man from UNCLE still feels like the best James Bond film that never was. Directed with flair by Guy Ritchie and led by a delightfully suave Henry Cavill, the 2015 spy thriller delivered everything fans could want from a stylish espionage adventure: globe-trotting action, sharp suits, Cold War intrigue, and a protagonist with the confidence and charisma of 007 himself. And yet, the film stumbled commercially, its legacy overshadowed by franchise blockbusters and mismanaged expectations. Despite its underwhelming box office, pulling in just over $110 million globally on a budget that left it deep in the red, The Man from UNCLE is more than a stylish relic. It's a reminder of what a modern spy franchise could be: fresh, fun, and free of the baggage that has increasingly weighed down the Bond series. The DNA it shares with Bond is no coincidence. The origin of The Man from UNCLE ties directly to Bond's creator, Ian Fleming, who initially collaborated on the concept for the original 1960s TV show. While he eventually distanced himself due to legal complications, the fingerprints of Bond remained, particularly in the character of Napoleon Solo. Even the naming conflict with Goldfinger's Mr. Solo demonstrates just how deeply entwined the two properties became. In fact, the connections became so obvious that a 1983 TV film featuring a George Lazenby cameo subtly implied that the Bond and UNCLE universes might coexist. Though those worlds never fully merged, the resemblance is clear. Solo is Bond with a twist, less self-serious, more openly charming, and paired with a spy team dynamic that allows for greater storytelling range. Cavill's Napoleon Solo, Bond without the baggage. Henry Cavill's take on Solo is magnetic. Sophisticated, effortlessly cool, and equipped with a razor-sharp wit, he channels all the charisma one expects from a secret agent, but avoids the tortured soul archetype that defined Daniel Craig's Bond. Instead, Cavill delivers a performance that's lighter on brooding and heavier on charm, a deliberate return to the more playful tone of classic Bond films without descending into parody. It's easy to see why Cavill's name constantly surfaces in fan discussions about the next James Bond. In The Man from UNCLE, he's already proven that he has the poise, physicality, and presence to carry a franchise. But rather than slot him into a legacy that's grown rigid under the weight of decades, UNCLE offered something even rarer: a chance to lead a new legacy, unfettered by formula. The film had the formula, but missed the moment. What held The Man from UNCLE back wasn't quality, it was marketing. The film's trailers were vague and lacked excitement, giving little sense of the film's tone or narrative. Worse, the marketing relied too heavily on name recognition from a 1960s TV series unfamiliar to its intended audience. Its August 2015 release also positioned it in the shadow of both Straight Outta Compton and Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, which offered more familiar hooks and were backed by stronger campaigns. The timing was brutal, and the result was a film that never found the audience it deserved, despite favorable praise for its aesthetics, humor, and star power. More than Bond 2.0, a spy world with its own identity. What truly set The Man from UNCLE apart wasn't just Cavill's Solo, but the dynamic trio of leads, including Armie Hammer's grim KGB operative Ilya Kuryakin and Alicia Vikander's cunning mechanic Gabby Teller. Their chemistry gave the film a distinct flavor, blending Cold War politics with buddy cop banter and retro-futurist flair. Ritchie's direction leaned into these contrasts, delivering visual elegance with energetic pacing, all backed by a jazzy, off-kilter score that made the action feel uniquely stylish. Compared to the brooding tone of recent Bond outings or the stunt-centric spectacle of Mission Impossible, UNCLE carved out its own identity. It managed to feel both nostalgic and modern, witty yet grounded, something few spy films have balanced as well in the past decade. Why the film deserves a second shot. In the 10 years since its release, there's been no UNCLE sequel, despite consistent fan interest and Cavill's continued stardom. The lack of follow-up feels like a missed opportunity, especially now, with the Bond franchise stalled amid casting uncertainties and growing concerns over franchise fatigue. With Bond's future unclear, UNCLE is still sitting in plain sight as the likeliest successor, not a reboot, but a revitalization. As audiences look for fresh, character-driven spy adventures with charm and intelligence, The Man from UNCLE remains one of the few truly worthy alternatives. It's not just a hidden gem from the past decade, it's a blueprint for where the genre could go next.